welcome you back to the EDP Billabong Pro Cascais in beautiful Cascais, Portugal. We're here at Praia do Guincho, and we're into Heat 2, round number 3. Kanoa, Igarashi, Patrick Gudauskas, Stuart Kennedy, and Josh Moniz all out in the water. We got a couple of waves to get caught up on that happened during that break. But thank you for joining us here on WorldSurfLeague.com.
In the suburbs of the beautiful city of Lisbon, you know, that city itself, just amazing culture, food. And taking a look here at the replay, right off the hooter for Josh Moniz, and he's got himself a pretty good score. Beautiful backhand snap. Finds the open face two right before this closeout section. And again, gets another maneuver off. A little 2 for 1. And he earns himself a 6.5.
Oh yeah.
So these youngsters too, you got Josh Moniz, Kanoa Igarashi, up against some veterans in Stuart Kennedy and Pat Gudauskas, here being one of those youngsters. Looking at year 2 on the championship tour. And then Pat Gudauskas. Pat drifting over the lip there, has been fighting it out on the qualifying series the last couple years, trying to get back. He did have a run on that championship tour as well. Knows how good it is and wants to be back. And then Stuart Kennedy, who this season is trying to figure out a way to get his ticket back on the championship tour. He's surfing it now, but it's been a tough season for Stu.
Championship tour here at the World Surf League, and we see delayed takeoff there from Josh Moniz. Nice carve on the backhand, follows up with another one. Goes vert, 12 o'clock.
Full suit. Again, that delayed takeoff kind of sets up the first section. You know, I think he was kind of understanding, oh, is this wave going to stand up enough for him? You know, it had a little flatter entry and face. Does get the finish move. That was probably the most vertical section he had there. So it's going to affect the score. Those turns when you have that kind of slopier face.
A contest that he's watched his whole life, and then fulfilled. Check that off the list for Kanoa, and there he goes. Throws the fins, does the spin, cuts back into the whitewater, looking silky smooth. Another roundhouse with a rebound. Little hesitation off the bottom to stay in that power section, looking for a finish. Lipper there, and again, air reverse. So talk about a floor routine. That's right, here's the last of Kanoa. There's a lot of variety in this wave, Peter.
Yeah, and again, where you see that shift of the weight to the forward, but just kind of does it in this nice pace. Really kind of sets up this inside section with these cutbacks. And again, knowing how important it is to carry a ton of speed into this closeout section, he does that, carries the speed up, especially right here, and gets the pop for the reverse to finish. So innovation progression on that outside move, the very first move. You see he gets up into it. The section's kind of flat, so he has to kind of just push through it, puts all that weight on the front foot and kind of pirouettes around it. And again, he's going to get to this inside section. He knows that those mid turns there aren't going to be real high scores. So I'll get to the inside section here and I'll show him more innovation. Similar technique as that outside move where he shifts everything forward, but that time
a little more pop.
A little more pop, a little more air.
Love the variety there as we turn our attention to Stu Kennedy. Slams it on the backhand there. Carves through that section, being very patient with this wave, and slashes a finish. Works hard and gets out in front for the completion.
Yeah, he's in third place.
Here we go. Josh Moniz is going to want to get rid of the 4.33, which he's currently carrying, and a whitewater frothy face is not giving him that opportunity. He kicks out. He's going to have to paddle back out to the peak. Right behind him, Stu Kennedy. A little warble in the face, but no problem for Kennedy. As I jinx him, he pearls and goes down.
I think, yeah, the machine went through.
The machine went through.
Take a look here. Yeah, again, don't know really what happened there. I mean, maybe looked a little bit forward into that next section and didn't quite ride out and finish the move. You know, again, in contrast here is poor Josh trying to gain some speed and a just chunky face.
fine, but then got washed in and then paddled back out. But it was fun. It was good. It's just fun to mix it up. Like, you go out and surf waves and do like 3 turns to the beach every day. It gets boring. Like, it's fun to mix it up.
Stoked you have that balance. And another thing, I mean, Michael Dunphy, you guys travel together, you stay together. So is it hard to compete in a heat together?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's a lot better nowadays with priority because there's not as much like screwing each other over in a way. It's pretty like, hey, it's your turn. Hope you do well. So I just wanted to do well. And at the end, I was just, anything I could try to do to help him, I would have done it. And just like the opportunity never presented itself. So definitely a bummer. I wanted him to make it for sure always. So.
Well done, Cam. Thank you for your time.
There you go. Cam Richards, during that interview, we saw a great ride by Kanoa Igarashi. Right behind him in the white jersey is Patrick Gudauskas. A little bit more foam on the face for the second wave of the set for Pat G, but he does a good job with a couple nice off the tops. And in the blue jersey, hooking that final turn, that's Stu Kennedy.
Because this 3-wave exchange is going to factor in. I mean, this is a nice size set wave on that outside section. Look at that. Beautiful long wall, carries a ton of speed in this first maneuver, carves it off the top. He's going to do another one here. And you can see the waves just loading up for him. It just kept giving him a nice steep section every time. You know, maybe if you're going to be critical, you know, you didn't allow him to have a lot of variety. But, I mean, you put 6 big turns together on a set wave, you're going to get a good score. You know, Pat on the next wave, and so he's got to deal with the whitewater from Kanoa's wave. But I think 2 nice high impact turns, a little bit of variety for Patrick. And then now we'll see what Stuart was able to do. His wave shuts down pretty quickly as well, so just a 2-turn combo for him. It feels like Kanoa will get the best of the exchange, followed by Patrick, then Stuart.
Keeps Kanoa in the lead. Let's take one more look at it, Peter.
And again, when you look at the criteria, speed, power, and flow, I think this is exactly what he does here. You know, he carries a ton of speed all the way through his maneuvers. He's flowing from one maneuver to the next. No mistakes, no hitches of the rails. Didn't see much in the way of innovation. We saw that in his earlier ride, which is in his top 2, a 6.63. But again, just look at that. Just flows through, connecting every maneuver. And if you look at this again, look at that section there, just compressing off the bottom, extending into the lip, snaps off the top. And he knew that he couldn't really put everything into that because he wanted to keep that momentum moving down the line, because the wave would have run off without him had he gotten too committed to the maneuver. You know, sometimes you commit to a maneuver too much and you'll lose speed, but he doesn't do that because he engages the rails all the way through each and every maneuver. I mean, it's a golden opportunity. You don't want to make a mistake, which he doesn't. And he earns an excellent ride, 8.0. Best wave of the heat.
Sure does. Right here with live action, Kanoa Igarashi continues to look left. Looking on point with some great flow, snapping off the top on the backhand. And this wave really, really reforming well for Igarashi and allowing him that nice finish right there. Little bonus foam climb even.
Looks like another great score for Kanoa Igarashi.
For the information, Strider, that was a lot there, and thanks for educating all of our viewers here on the WorldSurfLeague.com as we look at live action with Stu Kennedy just banging away on this left-hander. Does a good job in a difficult ending maneuver.
That was incredible.
Looking to replace that 5.07, Peter.
You know, you kind of just have to finesse it over the top, and when you finesse something, you know, any little thing will grab the board from under your feet. Beautiful first turn, attacking the lip. Second turn there, perfectly placed right in that vertical part of the section. And then this maneuver, he had to climb up over the whitewater. He saw that little piece of green water. He glides up on top of that, and then somehow able to ride over the explosion.
The highlighted green scores are the top 2 for each of the surfers. That's what makes up their score line. And we're turning Pat Gudauskas on this left-hander. Nice float to begin. Gets up in the lip a little bit late there, and that was enough to grab the rail on the way down and make Pat go down.
Take a look at this replay here from Pat Gudauskas. Floats that first section, again carrying a ton of speed. Has to complete that maneuver there, but somehow the whitewater just kind of ripped his boards from under his feet, glided back over the whitewater again.
Pull away view here of Joshua Moniz. Josh, couple of nice turns, a little hung up there on turn number 2, and that warble coming through, little ricochet warble coming off the beach was enough to take Josh down.
That was an important wave for Josh too. We're getting to that back half into the 5 minutes. You know, you look at the score needed, an 8.03, so it has to be excellent surfing if he's going to be able to turn this one.
Both Josh Moniz and Patrick Gudauskas need excellent scores, 8.03 and an 8.93 for the two of them respectively. So,
and then hopefully the universe recognizes that and sends you a few opportunities.
Gives you success. We're
oh, look at
down
this,
to
maybe
5 seconds.
Look at this.
We're gonna get a buzzer beater here. Let's see. Kanoa lets Pat Gudauskas go. Now Patty G's gonna have to surf for a big score and goes down.
Pressure.
Moving on to the round of 24, round number 4 here at the EDP Billabong Pro Cascais. That's going to be Kanoa Igarashi and Stu Kennedy.